On a more positive note, Caitlin Clark, on the basketball player, has had one of the greatest months of all time. She had a month where she averaged 21 points per game and over 8.5 assists. And had she not been taken out in her last game, it's probably 22 and closer to 9 if she plays the last quarter and a half of the last game. With the Indiana Fever, ironically, in the Eastern Conference, being, I think they were the best team in the Eastern Conference. Like, I shit you not, the Fever are third in the East, and they're like one game off second. I'm pretty confident the Indiana Fever were the best team in the Eastern Conference in June. And you might be saying, oh, the Fever were terrible in June. Yeah, they did not look great in June. Everyone was bad. So you're looking here in the Eastern Conference, the Fever are one game off top of the East, and they were more than a game behind Atlanta coming into this month, with Atlanta on a 3-game losing streak. Realistically, Caitlin Clark putting up these numbers should be player of the month. Who's player of the month? Probably going to go to, it's probably going to go to her teammate, Kelsey Mitchell. But at the end of the day, I don't really care if it goes to another Fever player. If it goes to another Fever player, it is what it is. That's the way I'm going to describe it. Like, it is what it is. If it turns out that another Fever player goes and gets this. But this is a historically great month from Caitlin Clark. And it's hilarious. Nobody in the history of the WNBA has gone a month where they average 20 points and 8 assists other than Caitlin Clark. She's done it 5 times. She's done something no one else has done in the history of WNBA 5 times. And out of those 5 times, how many player of the month has she won? Uno. She lost a player of the month in her rookie year, where, I shit you not, she averaged 23 and 12 assists, broke the all-time assist record in the game, had a game where she had 17, I think, fourth quarter points, beat the number 1 team in the WNBA and the number 2 team in the WNBA, had the first ever rookie triple-double, and also, alongside all of that, the WNBA posted her highlight tape for the Player of the Month winner. I'm not joking. Her highlight tape was posted as a Player of the Month winner. And they gave, for the Player of the Week winner, and they gave both Player of the Week and Player of the Month to Sabrina Ionescu. And then they felt bad and then gave Caitlin Clark 3 straight Player of the Week awards coming out of the Olympic break, where she did not deserve all 3 of those. Kelsey Mitchell deserved one of those Player of the Week awards for Caitlin. But Caitlin should be, if it's not Caitlin, it's Kelsey Mitchell. It has to go to one of those 2 players. But Kelsey Mitchell, she had, I need to just check, if that game against the Dream was in June, the first time they played. So, if the first game they played was in June, then I'd be a lot more like, okay, yeah, you can go to Kelsey Mitchell, because Kelsey Mitchell did carry a couple of games. So, the Dream game that they won was June the 4th. Yeah, cool. Go give it. Because the Fire game, which was a shit show, was in May. And then from then on, it was Dream, Liberty L, where Kelsey was awful. Mystics W, Kelsey was pretty okay in that game, the buzzer beater for Caitlin. Sky win, Kelsey wasn't great, but it was Caitlin and Aaliyah show. Sun win, can't remember. But Kelsey was fantastic in the last 2 games anyway. And she's had some really, really good games. But this has been another historic month for Caitlin Clark. Just like most months when Caitlin Clark steps foot on the floor, they are historic. Like, Caitlin Clark's been so good that team, like, that it's like she's like the Wilt Chamberlain to records, because nobody has generated points at this rate. No one's ever going to beat Caitlin Clark in that regard. There is no individual player that generates as many points via scoring and assists as Caitlin Clark. And the scary thing is that it's not even a system that suits her. The fact that Caitlin can do this in a system that doesn't suit her game, like her natural game, like, she's fantastic as a player and she's been a better system player. But in a system that doesn't suit her natural game, in a system that limits transition, in a system that, like, if you I shit you not, like, I genuinely think she would, like, if you put her on the Valks, if you swapped her, ironically, let's just say again, the Valks say, fuck it, or if you say, fuck it, we want to make this trade. Valks give up 2 first-round picks, a pick swap, and do they give up Jacite? They might give up Jacite in it, or fucking, and Burton maybe, Jacite and Burton, and then you take on the Lexi Hull or the Mo Billings contract. Fuck, you have no bigs on the bench, so you take on the Lexi Hull contract as well. Valks could do something with Lexi Hull, and you have all these spot-up shooters and dogs around Caitlin Clark. Man, I kid you not, all you would have to do is just give her a role player. Like a player who can work the pick and roll as a role guy. Which is not going to be that hard in free agency. A role center, and suddenly she's averaging 25 points. She's the 0-1 Iverson point guard. She's averaging 25 points, 9 assists, and the team's averaging 10 extra points per game. And giving up an extra 3 points per game. These are a whole bunch of good defensive players with her with a good system, with Caitlin Clark, can just have her as an all-fall roamer, which she's good at. But every month is a historic month for Caitlin Clark. And look, I wish I could be like, oh yeah, she's every month's a historic month for Caitlin Clark, but she's playing badly, like some people are saying. No, she's playing fantastic. This is the best. She's played 17 games this year or something. This is by far the best season of her career so far. Yes, she had a better spell in her rookie year. There is always an asterisk that every other team in the league had multiple players playing the Olympics, and the Fever had none. So the Fever had a month, basically a free month, to get everything on track and to change everything in their season, and Caitlin got a month of rest. Like, that is taken into account. But honestly, looking at these stats, like, it's at the stage now where counting stats might not even matter anymore, because what Caitlin Clark is doing, everyone's like, oh, look, this is the inflation era. Then why is nobody else doing this? Why is nobody else out here with historically, like, not even historically great, but like never seen before counting stats, where it's like, I can't remember, it was the 20 and 5 assists thing, and it was like, congratulations to Caitlin Clark for breaking a record previously held by Caitlin Clark, and Caitlin Clark. Like, Caitlin Clark is like is she 4 or 5 ahead of the 20 points, 10 assists record of anyone else in history. She hasn't even played 100 games yet. She's like 5 ahead of anyone in history. I think, how many games she played? She played 53. She's played about 70 games. Like, not even 70 games, maybe? I think she's done it 15 times. Like, it's nearly 1 every 4 games she has 20 and 10. And, like, nobody else in the history of the WNBA has had double digits. Or, has had more than 10. She's got like 14 or 15 of them. It's mental. Like, at some stage, the stats are she's just going to break every damn record. She's going to have a Will Chamberlain of records when it comes to statistical output. And it's not all empty stats either. It isn't. There are games that are empty stats. I'll give up that much. There are games that Caitlin Clark plays where there's empty stats. But, like, a lot of these aren't. That's all I'm going to say.